Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Jack Newell here, kicking back with another video, and today we've got week 2 NFL predictions now. Had to keep the red theme, so I went with the Buccaneers hat. So I went 9-7 week 1, horrible for me. I was hoping I'd get at least 10, 11 wins on this one, so at least 2 more, but you know, it happens. So here we go. We got our Thursday night matchup, which is the New York Giants facing off against the Washington football team. Now, Washington 0-1, losing to the Chargers last week, and the Giants 0-1, losing to the Broncos. Obviously, the Washington is the home team in this one, so maybe Washington gets that home field advantage. I mean, Washington is without Ryan Fitzpatrick now, as he was placed, I think, on the IR, which is not good for them. But let's see if their backup quarterback, which I think is Taylor Heineke, is that it? Or is that I think it's Taylor Heineke. So I think Washington will win. They got Terry McLaurin involved once Ryan Fitzpatrick went out. I'm not saying that's a good thing. Obviously, you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But Terry McLaurin was getting involved, Antonio Gibson, guys like that. So I'm going to have to pick Washington winning 30-20. Now our second matchup, the Raiders and the Steelers. Now the Raiders shocked the Ravens last night as I'm recording this. So Raiders 1-0, Steelers 1-0 as well. Now the Steelers, I mean, they didn't look bad versus the Bills. Their defense was solid, right? And their offense did come through in sometimes. So I don't have much to say, just other than the Raiders shocked the Ravens last week. So I'm going to have to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, winning at home. And Pittsburgh's going to win 31-24. Now we have the San Francisco 49ers facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Eagles 1-0, coming off a massive win versus the Falcons, 32-6 they won. And the 49ers coming off a win, almost choking to the Lions, but they did hold on to win. They would put up 41 points in that one and win 41-33. Now, I think 49ers just have the better all-around team. They got the better defense, obviously. Giving up 33 points to the Lions is still tough, but I think that the 49ers do have the better overall team, and they're going to win 34-27. Now you have the Texans and the Browns. Now Texans 1-0, coming off a shocking win. Nobody really thought they were going to win a few games. Tyrod Taylor looks solid. Again, could the Texans still succeed with the Tyrod Taylor and no good, solid players? Mark Ingram looks solid. They got all 3 of their running backs, I think, had a touchdown. Mark Ingram, Phillip Lindsay, and David Johnson, I believe. So, I mean, maybe they're not as bad as people are saying. But this happened to the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. They won their first week, you know what I mean? And then they wouldn't win another game all season. So maybe we're seeing a situation like that. And now they obviously have the Browns this week, who lost to the Chiefs last week. I can't see the Texans beating the Browns, so I'm going to have to pick Baker Mayfield and the Browns winning 37-24. Now the Broncos and the Jags. Broncos 1-0, obviously beating the Giants, and the Jags 0-1, losing to the Texans, obviously, as I just said. Now, Broncos, Teddy Bridgewater, kind of solid. He kind of looks solid. And then Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence gets his first loss in his whole NFL, whole career pretty much, because he never lost a game in high school or in college. So there's that. I think the Broncos are just going to keep it rolling, and they're going to take out the Jags and win 24-21. Now we have the Saints and the Panthers. Now the Saints look terrific with Jameis Winston as the quarterback. He didn't throw for much yards, but he threw for a lot of touchdowns. And Alvin Kamara obviously went off. Well, not off, but he did really good in the run game. So I think that the Panthers with Sam Darnold, Christian McCaffrey looks solid. No touchdowns, but 17 fantasy points or something crazy like that. So he had 170 total yards or something bizarre like that versus the Jets, but no touchdowns. This guy, when he's healthy, maybe number one player in the NFL. I'm going to say that. Maybe number one player in the NFL. Like, you get your guys like Patrick Mahomes, but Christian McCaffrey is elite, man. He's legit. I think the Panthers are going to take down the Saints and win 27-24. Now we have the Rams and the Colts. Now the Rams coming off a win versus the Bears, and the Colts losing to the Seattle Seahawks last week. The Rams did beat the Bears 34-14, and the Colts obviously lost to the Seahawks 28-16. So, Rams, a solid team. I mean, Rams are solid. I think they keep it going, and I'm not going to get into this, but I think the Rams are going to win 31-24. Now we have the Buffalo Bills facing the Dolphins of Miami. Now, Miami, obviously coming off that win versus the Patriots by they won 17-16, and your Bills obviously losing to the Steelers 23-16. So, can Bills get it back on track? I think so. Josh Allen, I mean, he didn't look that good, but I think he's still going to be the elite quarterback everyone says he's going to be. Obviously, he already is. And the Dolphins, Tua, I mean, Tua didn't look too bad. He still got to get up there, though. So I think that the Buffalo Bills will take down the Dolphins, but in a close one, and it will be 31-27. Now you have your New England Patriots versus your New York Jets. Now this is a big rivalry game. The Jets' injury bugs are horrible. Losing Mekhi Becton now 4 to 6 weeks, and it's just tough for your Jets. I originally thought they were going to beat the Patriots here, but now with so many guys injured, I can't see it. The Patriots, obviously with Mac Jones, Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones, this is going to be a solid game for both rookie quarterbacks, I think. But I don't see. Zach got sacked 6 times last week with Mekhi Becton, and now without him, we'll have to see how it is. So I don't see the Jets beating the Patriots now on their home opener. I think the New York Jets are going to lose, so the New England Patriots will win 27-20. Now your Bengals and Bears. Now, Bengals beating the Vikings in overtime. That was a good game. And your Chicago Bears losing to the Los Angeles Rams. So, Joe Burrow, I mean, didn't look too bad. He still got growing to go. Their offensive line still needs a lot of help. But the Bears, again, put in Justin Fields to get a touchdown, and then it was all Andy Dalton after that, I think. I think your Bengals are going to come out on top and win 24-23. All right, I'm back. Just had to take a little water break, get some water, but I'm fine now. So I finished off with the Bengals and Bears, so now we move on to the Falcons and the Buccaneers. Now, Buccaneers 1-0, beating the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football to start off the season, winning 31-29. And your Falcons losing to your Eagles, so that means they are 0-1. Now, Buccaneers obviously look solid. Tom Brady, I got the hat on this time just to keep the theme, like I said. Both red, even though it's a Raptors shirt, whatever. NBA and the NFL, whatever. Yeah, so I really think that Tom Brady's going to come out again, look strong. Mike Evans hopefully will get a few more catches this week. So I'm going to pick that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win 34-20. Now, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Vikings choked last week versus the Bengals, so that means they're 0-1. And the Cardinals took care of business in Tennessee, beating the Tennessee Titans 38-13. 38-13. Now, that was a really good game for Kyler Murray. He's elite. DeAndre Hopkins, I faced him in fantasy. It was not fun, but I obviously took the L week 1 in fantasy. That's all you can do, but yeah. Now you have the Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen. I mean, they didn't look bad, but obviously losing to the Bengals. I was hoping they'd get a few more sacks for my defense. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway because I lost by like 20 points. But, yeah, so I think the Cardinals are going to beat the Vikings and win 37-24. Now, actually, before I end that one, I'm going to say Kyler Murray, bold take, he might win MVP this year. Just say that. Say that, but when it gets farther into the season. Quote me on that. Now you have your Tennessee Titans versus your Seattle Seahawks. Now, Seattle is 1-0, and the Titans obviously lost to the Cardinals, as I was saying, so they're 0-1. But again, I really think the Titans, if they are on their game, they're solid. Not much teams are going to beat them. And then the Seahawks, obviously, Russell Wilson, he didn't look bad as they put up, 28 points, I think. He put up, I think it was 28. Yes, it was. They won 28-16. And obviously, the Titans could only put up 13. But again, I still see the Titans coming out strong this week. Derrick Henry's going to have a bounce-back week, and they're going to win 27-24. Now you have your Cowboys and the Chargers. Cowboys 0-1, Chargers 1-0. Chargers beating the Washington football team. Cowboys losing to the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football to start out Week 1. Okay, so I think Justin Herbert is going to have a bounce-back week for fantasy owners and everything, and I really just think Justin Herbert can get it done, man. And Dak Prescott, obviously, he still looked kind of injured Thursday. Not a scrambling guy anymore. Okay, so the final score of this game will be 30-27 for the Chargers. Now, Amari Cooper did look really good in the game on Thursday. Same with CeeDee Lamb, but I still think the Chargers and Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, and Austin Eckler are going to win. Now you have the Chiefs and the Ravens. Now the Ravens choking to the Raiders to make them 0-1, and the Chiefs obviously taking down the Browns and winning 33-29 in that one. So the Chiefs are a solid team, potentially 17-0 team, right? And your Ravens, I think they might have a chance at the Super Bowl this year. But when you're losing to teams like the Raiders with a horrible offensive line, the offensive line sold for Lamar Jackson last night. He was pressured too many times. I understand he's a mobile quarterback, but when you're pressured that many times, you're still going to get sacked, and you're still going to feel the pressure. So, obviously, Tyreek Hill went off again. Love that man. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And for your Ravens, your tight end would be Mark Andrews, quarterback Lamar Jackson, obviously, and your number one, I'd say about Marquise Brown or Sammy Watkins. Now, I think the Chiefs will pull off the win on the road and win 34-27. Now, your Monday Night Football matchup, which is the Detroit Lions heading to Green Bay to face the Packers. Both teams 0-1. Aaron Rodgers looked horrendous week 1. Lions didn't look too bad, putting up 33 points, but still wasn't enough for the victory. Now, can Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams get back on track to the playoffs? Or will it be the Lions picking up their first victory with Jared Goff under center? I think Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, Aaron Jones come out on top in this one. I think it's still going to take a bit for their offense to get going, but I think your Green Bay Packers will win 28-24. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want more. And as always, guys, I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you want more, check me out. Thanks. Peace.